वदन विघ्नहरण शुभमंगल चरण विघ्नहरण शुभमंगल चरण ओंकार गणपति भवदुःखहरण ओंकार गणपति भवदुःखहरण 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 प्रथम वंदन गौरी नंदन जय गणनायक जय शिवनंदन प्रथम वंदन गौरी नंदन जय गणनायक जय शिवनंदन प्रथम वंदना गुरु हमारे मन मंदिर में गुरु हमारे प्यार सारे विश्व के हो हे दाता नारायण भगवान गुरु हमारे मन मंदिर में गुरु हमारे प्यार सारे विश्व के हो हे दाता नारायण भगवान ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव गुरु हमारे दम दौलत है गुरु हमारे प्राण ज्ञान भक्ति के हो हे दाता नारायण भगवान गुरु हमारे धन दौलत है गुरु हमारे प्राण ज्ञान भक्ति के हो हे दाता नारायण भगवान ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव गुरु हमारे माता पिता है गुरु हमारे यार सारे विश्व के हो हे दाता नारायण भगवान गुरु हमारे माता पिता है गुरु हमारे यार सारे विश्व के हो हे दाता नारायण भगवान ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव गुरु हमारे मन मंदिर में गुरु हमारे प्यार सारे विश्व के हो हे दाता नारायण भगवान आओ गुरुदेव दर्शन दीजो आओ गुरुदेव दर्शन दीजो तुम हो जगत के दाता स्वामी तुम हो जगत के दाता ही हो ब्रह्मा तुम ही हो विष्णु तुम हो शंकर रूपा तुम ही हो ब्रह्मा तुम ही हो विष्णु तुम हो शंकर रूपा स्थिति लय स्वरूप तुम हो अनादि रूपा सृष्टि स्थिति लय स्वरूप तुम हो अनादि रूपा आओ गुरुदेव दर्शन दीजो तुम हो जगत के दाता स्वामी तुम हो जगत के दाता अनाथ नाथ दीन बंधु तुम हो आनंद रूप अनाथ नाथ दीन बंधु तुम हो आनंद रूप अज्ञान नाशक शरण संरक्षक आत्मज्ञान प्रदाता अज्ञान नाशक शरण संरक्षक आत्मज्ञान प्रदाता आओ गुरुदेव दर्शन दीजो तुम हो जगत के दाता स्वामी तुम हो जगत के दाता
Give our Swaranjali team a round of applause. So this is the Vrindavan Swaranjali team. They perform for all functions that we have. They were also performing when Swami Swarupananda ji was here. Whenever we have any event, we start with our Swaranjali group. And they are a bunch of children who are 4th grade or above, and they come and practice bhajans every Sunday. Okay? Thank you. So as they wind up and go, a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for making it on a rainy day. I really appreciate you guys coming here. We have a phenomenal program organized for you. So my name is Ram Ramachandran. So, I'm the guy who sends the emails to you. But what we have planned here has the work of a lot of volunteers, and lots of planning has gone behind, doing this Teachers Sammelana. I don't know if Shiva Prasad ji is here. I want him to come for a minute and talk about, why are we doing this, number one. And then two is, how we want to expand this in a way that this becomes a standard for all Chinmaya Mission centers across Chinmaya Mission West. Many centers do it similar to what we do, but we are trying to, make it a little more organized. What you will also hear during the day is, we are restarting our, if some of you remember, we used to do Zoom trainings before COVID. We used to have one every Tuesday. So we are restarting that as well. But now we will go kind of national. We used to do it just for our Northeast team. So lots of things that we want to talk about. But I will request Shiv Prasad ji to walk you through 2 slides.
Oh. Hari Om everybody. He surprised me when he said, why are we doing this? I was thinking, obviously you're all here for some reason. Okay, so I'll talk about the next 3 years. The next 3 years are very important for Chinmaya Mission. Next 1 year we are celebrating Gurudev's 108th birthday, as you all know. And 2025 we are celebrating 50 years of Chinmaya Mission, Check program. Yeah, 2026 we're celebrating 75 years of Chinmaya Mission, and we're going to celebrate that in New Jersey for the entire USA. So those are the 3 big events that are happening, 3 years. So we are going to work together and make this a big event with the one and only one goal, which is We have about 20,000 students in Bala Vihara today, and we really want to serve our community better, and we want to increase those numbers. We want to reach out to more of the community. And we don't want to do that in just a numbers basis. It's not about I have 20 students, tomorrow I'll have 40 students. That's not what it is. We are going to do that by providing quality of education. We're going to focus on our quality, and how we're going to actually bring out that quality is what this Sammelana is all about. So I'll speak about 2 or 3 big events that are happening that you all should be aware of. First, let me talk about the 108th year celebration. There are 3 big things that are happening. One is that Sampurna Gita Yajna will be celebrating here, right here. And this is not like any other yajna. This is a whole 1 week of celebration, whole day program right here. Please make sure that you take the time off and come here. We will announce the dates. The dates will be in the 2nd week of December this year. Okay? Swamiji will be doing the Sampurna Gita Yajna, and then there will be whole day events, cultural programs, all that will be there. Then toward the end of the month, we will be doing a chick camp here, right here. We will be inviting all the centers in the whoever wants to participate, and we'll be doing a chick conference right here. Brahmacharya Stuti Chaitanya ji, and of course Shubhani ji and Nakalka ji will also be there. They will be leading that chick conference. And then in June of 2024, we will be doing Sampurna Ramayana Yajna, whole week event here, right here to celebrate. So once the email comes out, please make a note of it and make sure that you take the time off. That is going to be very, very, very important to celebrate together. And then the last thing that's happening in the next 1 year, last big thing is on January 21st, 2024, we'll be celebrating globally across the world using a marathon event. We'll be participating in Mumbai Marathon. So we'll be sending a few runners from each center in the United States, and we'll participate in the Mumbai Marathon. Pujya Swami Swarupananda ji has asked that all centers participate. We don't have to send dozens of people. Even if we send 3-4 people to participate, that'll be good, because there are 400 centers across the world, and we'll have 1,000+ runners participating in the event. So that's how that event is being organized. So I spoke about that. I spoke about the 108th year celebrations. I'm very excited. I hope you're all very excited as well. Please come forward, join us, and we will we'll manage it all together. Then let me speak about the CHIC program. So we want to conduct a CHIC national conference in 2024-2025 to celebrate 50 years of CHIC. Where that will be is not decided yet. We need help from Subhani ji to decide all that. So we will announce that very soon. And once that comes out, the goal of the CHIC program celebration will be to really connect with all the chicks that have graduated from our Bala Vihara program, and they are connected to our centers. Today that is not the case, and we would like to connect with all the chicks. With that goal, we'll be doing that conference. 2026, we want to celebrate 75 years of Chinmaya Mission in New Jersey. We have selected 3 sites, 3 possible sites: a Raritan Center, another site is Atlantic City, and another one is in Trenton. We're evaluating those 3 locations. Atlantic City seems to be most feasible to do. We would like to get somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000 people across the nation to come and stay for a whole week together for the Mahasamadhi camp. So that will be a major event that we'll be doing. And once we decide the venue, then we can work out on all the logistics. So we're meeting here every month, first week of every month, to work out all the logistics of these celebrations. Those of you who can participate, either physically or through Zoom, please do so, and reach out to me if you want any more details. So with that, I just want to spend 30 seconds on the next slide. So what is the purpose of all this? That's what I want to cover this. Next slide. So there are 4 things that we want to promote over the next 3 years. Every sevak learn the scriptures. Please participate in the mission. It's not about a lot of activity, a lot of food. all that is important, but at the end of the day, what is important is that everybody learn the scriptures from a teacher that has been trained by Chinmaya Mission. Be it is a Swamiji, be it is a Brahmachari, build that relationship and learn the scriptures from that person, not from YouTube. Yeah? Okay, that's the first goal. The second goal is that every sevak should have a role to play. It's not like, we just watch as things are moving on. We want to participate. We want every member, everybody who comes to Chinmaya Mission to have a role in the next 36-year celebration. That's how we want to actually do that. Would be a very challenging thing for all of us. As you know, some of the parents drop the kids and go. And so we have two extremes. Well, our goal is somewhere, and then what is happening is different. So we need to work together and make a behavioral change in Chinmaya Mission over the next 36 months. Every sevak who comes here, we want them to participate and to be an active sevak. That's the whole point of coming here. Otherwise, you could sleep at home, right? So that's the second one. Third thing is, live the teachings of Gurudev. Gurudev has taught spending all our life for benefit of the community. So how much of that we are doing? Teaching is one thing, but if we are not actually doing it, then we're not really living the teachings of Gurudev. So we want everybody to live the teachings of Gurudev, and we want to do that by our own example, or by me. I'm telling myself, let me live the teachings and let me be an example of that. So that's what we all need to do that, okay? And then the last one is think big, meaning everybody is thinking about their class, how I can do my class, how I can do my center, but we also have to come together for a few programs. We have to come together at a national level and make it a big event. So people only notice big events. Normal people only notice big events. So we want to make sure that a few of the events that we do are very big, so that there is awareness of Chinmaya Mission activity that's happening, and that's how we can really spread the message of Gurudev to our community. With that, I'll give it back to Ramji. Hari Om.
Thank you, Shiv Prasad ji. So we have some really exciting things happening in the next 3 years. Looking forward to support from all of you, and spread the word. I think why we are here is to increase the number of Bala Vihara children that are there. Shiv Prasad ji said we have 20,000 across Chinmaya Mission West. We want to make it much, much bigger. We're probably looking at 2.5 times the size. We are trying to hit the 50,000 number. So every small center, every center, we are expecting, these kinds of training will help you attract more people to the mission, as well as, attract volunteers to participate with the mission. Hey, with that, we are going to do an icebreaker. I'm going to introduce Anandi and Purnima. They will tell you what, they are going to give you the instructions on what to do. After that, we will be going out for, we will have a Chenda Melam, which is, dole or drums. It's part of the Onam celebration. We are also having an Onam celebration outside. It'll be part of that. After that is over, we come back in here, and we will be starting with Swamiji's first address to all of you. Okay? So the agenda is there on, I've said, I think most of you must have received the agenda. We'll try to keep up the time. And we also have we have breakout rooms. We'll explain about the breakout rooms when we go there.
Hari Om Swamiji, Hari Om Shubhaniji, Hari Om Akkalkaji. Hari Om everybody. Good morning. So happy to see you all. And what can warm the heart more during this weather than looking at all of us coming together, right? All right, is everybody comfortably seated? Yeah? Because we're going to obviously make you get up. Right. So we have a very simple game, but it probably requires a lot of teamwork, right? So what we're going to do is, we're going to divide you up into 5 teams. Of course, Shubhaniji, Akkalkaji and Swamiji will be because we need an audience to what they come up with, right? So, and when we divide you up into teams, one representative of each team should stay back. The others can go congregate, come up with a name for your team and everything. And that one representative will get to pick 6 words from like at random, right? Each team will get 6 words. I'm going to give you sheets of paper, and you all have your pen that when you checked in. So you will be given 5 minutes time. And within that 5 minutes, as a team, you should come up with a story. And the story, we have some rules, okay? One is no Googling. Second is use all the words, all the 6 words that we have, that you have picked. Third is, it should be an original, right? It shouldn't be like some from Ramayana or Mahabharata or something like that. Or even Greek mythology or anything, right? It has to be an original story, and it has to have a message. So these are the rules. Anybody has any questions about the rules? Good. You all good? Ready? Fired up? Oh, you have a question? Sorry. It can be a very simple, you have 5 minutes to come up with a story. So length is up to you, how creative and at the end of, so you will be given 5 minutes, and then your timer will start when your teammate brings you the words, obviously. And when you're done with the 5 minutes, each team gets about a minute or so to come and tell your story. And Swamiji, Shubhaniji, and Akalkaji will listen to it, and they'll just give their comments. There are no winners or losers here, but it's all fun, okay? Hold on, Purnima is going to tell you the rest.
Hari Om everyone, Hari Om Swamiji and Swamiji. So we'll divide the group now. So we'll make 5 groups. So the way I'm thinking, because it's all, one side is not, it's kind of an uneven seated right now. So I'm going to divide 3 groups from this side and 2 groups on the other side. So I'm familiar with certain names. So as and when I call, if that person can stand up, it's that row where we will start or end. Okay. So starting from Aruna's row until Kirti. If you both can stand, please. Okay. So that will be group 1. You can assemble the room, all the rows that are seated here.
Can you can ask here only because there's Onam things going on here.
Oh.
Group together here, corner.
Okay. No, we were thinking we would put 2 groups over there and the rest over here.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Just be aware of the Onam.
So that is group 1, and from Vaijayanti, can you Vaijayanti till Raviji, if you can stand. So that is group 2. Yeah, and the rest is group 3. From Shivramji until the end is group 3. I know it's a little bit uneven, but it's okay. From Maniji till Sanjayji. Till Sanjayji. Sorry. I'm separating Parthaji from here. And the rest is group number 5. So your group 4, you are free to pick a name for your own group depending upon the words that you get. So if group 4 can assemble here in this corner, group 5 near Ganesha, and I think pretty much done. Group 3 can be near Hanumanji. Group 2 can be near the door, and the group 1 can be in this end. Done? Can one representative come from each group and collect the words, please, from Anandi? One representative from each group. Before you open the envelope, can you not open the envelope, please? Because the timing has to start for everyone at the same time. They are still connecting. So you have to come up with a story with the you can collect the 6 words from her, from Anandi. Has this team gotten their envelope yet? No. Okay. You have to come here. Sorry, we are just 2 people. I know. I was like, I don't, please don't open your envelope yet, okay? Oh no, not yet, not yet. The people, they are still getting their envelopes. Just 1 more minute, please. Not yet. I'll give you a heads up, okay? Parthaji is done. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Parthaji, have you reached? Okay, so I guess you can open the envelope now. Your time starts now. It's 10:01. We'll go until 10. It's 10:02. We'll go until 10:07. Um, we'll give you 1 minute heads up. Okay. Thanks. Group 2, you can sit down as well. Everyone is seated. Sit comfortably. You have a couple of minutes. Hari Om. I hope you are at least 60% done. We have 2 more minutes. Here is a tip. Divide the words, make a separate story, put it together. Yeah, you have to write. You have to give the paper to us. I mean, you have to come up and you pick a Okay. Yeah. Just have the story ready. Just that you will come here. One of the representatives will come here and read the story too.
Can we just narrate it? I said, okay, as long as you have all the rules followed, you can do it.
One more minute. Thirty seconds. We'll come around, or one of the representatives can come in.
Pick a representative to come and narrate the story here. Yeah. That's why we are winding up.
I hope you have picked a name for your group, or you will remain as group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Your time is up. Can the representatives come, please? Come forward. No more time. Chendamelam is waiting for us. Please come forward. One representative from each team. Please come forward. You can wait here. One representative, please. We haven't. Group 1, come on, please. Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Parthaji. Please wrap up.
Guys, please wrap up.
Rajanji. Rajanji, please wrap up. You're done.
Come on. Come on.
Vaijayanti Garu, come on. Yeah. Please come. The representative can stand here. Go up on stage. Yeah. So, Group 1 representative, please come on stage. Group 2, please come on stage. Group 3, Group 3, Group 4, and Group 5, please come on stage. If everyone else can settle down, thank you. Yeah. Group 3 and Group 4, Parthaji, we have, please. Rajanji. Rashmi, please, come on. Disqualified. Group 2. Group 2, right? Vaijayanti. Yeah. Group 3 is Rashmi. You're 4. No, Group 5 is Parthaji. Group 4. Chacha. Okay, tell the name of your group and the 5 words and then tell it. Can everyone please settle down? Thank you. Yeah. Tell the words that you want.
Okay. Hari Om. We are Team 1. We are Team 1. We named our team Samskriti, which means values. The 6 words that we got are run, rope, lilies, baby, emerald, and riverbank. So the story that we came up with is a man was running. He was on a run towards alongside a river bank, and in the river he saw lots of lilies, and in one of the lilies there was a little baby stuck, and the baby was crying. And in another lily, he saw a huge emerald. So he was in a dilemma what to do. But yes, of course, he went to Chinmaya mission, so he knows the values. So he took the rope, and then he pulled the baby towards him so that the baby can be safe. So I covered all the words. Now he's going to give the meaning of the story.
So the moral is that everybody is doing some action on an every single day, and we always have a choice that what action should we do, but we don't have the results what it's gonna come with. So when we have a dilemma like this, that's where our values, our Sanskruti, our spiritual sadhanas and knowledge comes in a picture. What right values to pick, and then he selected the baby. Now, surprisingly, that emerald was connected with a rope with that baby. So when we and using the rope as a knowledge, when we use the correct knowledge that what we have it, not only we create wonders, but also at the same time the fruit of action just comes unasked. And so our slogan is Seva, Sadhana and Satsang that creates wonder results. Thank you.
Hari Om, my name is Setu and I'm representing Vaijayanti's group. The name of our group is Tejas, and the 5 words that we've been given today is office, brass, sing, person, lotus, and home. So the story starts like this. There are 2 friends, Jaya and Setu, and they both are sort of arguing on the phone. So Jaya says, why do I have to leave my office work and come in person and go to this teacher Sammelana when I'm the top brass in the company? And Setu tries to convince Jaya, saying that there's an Onam celebration happening also. You'll get to eat, lovely sadhya. But besides that, she feels, so she basically convinces her that satsang is the best way to do seva and spread the word of Gurudev. And here we are, we have several people here who've come to a home away from home to live and sing the glory of Gurudev and offer themselves at the lotus feet of the Guru to sing the glories of Chinmaya Mission, to study, learn, and again do seva. So the moral of the story is that satsang is the best way to do seva and spread the word of the Lord.
Hari Om everyone. I represent Team Kalidasa. So here is our set of words that we were given. The words were girl, orchids, prance, stick, park, and ruby. So here is the story we came up with. There was a girl named Ruby. So we use the word Ruby. And she went to an orchid park, prancing on a dancing horse. There she saw multiple colored, ruby colored and many other colored orchids. They were all propped up using sticks. And she said, these are so beautiful, I think I need to learn how to grow them. Then she asked some florist in the park, how do you grow them? And he said, orchids flourish very well when you find the right spot for them and you understand how to take care of them. And he said, once you find these two aspects of an orchid, it's very easy to grow them, and they will bloom for you year after year. And many orchids are known to go on for centuries. So, the moral of the story here. So, what did the florist say? He said, once you figure out how to take care of the orchids, they flourish very well. So that yojaka, the associator, one who gives you that knowledge, is very essential. Once we know how to use the tools we are given, it's very easy to do whatever. This reminds us of a shloka. Being Kalidasa group, we had to come up with a shloka. But this is not Kalidasa shloka anyway. Amantram aksharam nasti, nasti mula manaushadam. Ayogyav purusho nasti, yojakas tatra durlabhaha. Which means there is not a single syllable that is useless. There is not a single root in the word that is not medicine. There is not a single human being who is useless. It is just the yojaka that is essential. Just as we needed Sushena to tell Hanuman which is the right aushadham from Sanjeevani Parvatam, we just need somebody to identify the right skills and associate it with the right tools. Thank you. Hari Om.
Very nice. And she's a very successful orchid grower. So she got orchids itself.
Hari Om everyone, I'm Sunita Menon from Chinmaya Stamford. We are from the team 4. We named our team as Moria since we were standing next to Ganapati. Our words were boy, sand, jasmine, garden, dance, and diamond. The name of our story is Garden of Dharma. And there was a boy that was made of sand. And he was having a very hard life. And so he walks into the garden of Dharma. He sees a jasmine there blooming. And he learns from the jasmine that with all the hardship he was going through, perseverance and pressure and storms and rain, that the jasmine continued to share the fragrance no matter what was happening. And when he realizes that, he dances with joy, and he realizes that he's actually the diamond inside that has to shine his own light, just like the jasmine was sharing the fragrance, the vasanas. So this moral of the story is that the light is in you, and everything in nature can lead you to your own nature, and you shine your light with the knowledge from the Guru. And everything in nature is the Guru. So nature to nature. That's the moral of the story. Thank you.
Hari Om all. Is it working? Yeah. Okay. Hari Om. So usually, it takes me a little longer to write a story, but yeah, it takes me a little longer to write a story. But there's a lot of ideas coming from all the different directions, so it was a little bit crazy. Our group is called Abhaya Ganapati because we are right there. And the title, with somewhat of a consensus, was a modern day Shakuntala. The words that we had were gold, tulip, play, forest, child, stone. She's checking. Okay. So it was just another day in the tri-state area. Shakuntala was thinking. Dushyant was around for as long as he wanted, and he went away. I'm left with the child. It looked like the forest, but it was a garden. There was a stream, green grass, tulip. It's all that I needed for my child here. But this was not all that I need. I need more. I need to make this child a man. And how do I do this? I'm alone. But then I see near the area, near around Cranberry, there is a place where I can make him grow, make him bloom, blossom to more than what he can be, right? And that's the place where I make the child a man and the stone a gold. Thank you.
Did you have fun doing that? And I hope you got to know your teammates in the process as well. So let's get this on the road.
A round of applause for Anandi and Purnima. So here's what we are going to do. We are going to be seated where we are, maybe, or stand up where we are, turn that side. We are going to do Nakarmana and welcome Swamiji here. There is a Melam team or the Dole team. They will play the Dole as well. But after we do, our welcome to Swamiji and the Brahmacharans. Swamiji. Where is our priest? Sri Krishna. Yeah, you guys can be here. Swamiji, inge vannu. All of you too.
ॐ न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः पदेन नाकन्निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते तच्यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्थाः सन्न्यासयोगाद्यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोके तु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ते सर्वे चक्रं विपापं परमेष्मभूतं यत्पुण्डरीकं पुरमध्यसग्रस्थम् तत्रापि दह्रं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यम् यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः
So we can all sit down. All of us can, yeah. The Melam will be here for another 5 minutes outside, and then we will start our program. But before we do that, just run you through the agenda for the day. Most of you know it, but I'll just quickly walk you through it. I don't know if you're able to read it. So, we just finished the Purna Kumbham and Chenda Melam. So we'll now request Swamiji will be coming over to talk about Seva is love in action. After that, we have Shubhani ji coming over to talk about vision of a Bala Vihara teacher. Then we are going to break out into two groups. The first group, the first breakout session will be broader groups, Sishu Vihar, kindergarten to 7th grade, grade 8 and high school, adult study group, language classes and coordinators. So there are 6 groups. I'll in a minute show you where we are going to meet. Then after that, from 11:45 to 12:45, we are going to meet by the curriculum that you are teaching. So we wanted to do it by grade, but then we figured that certain centers teach a curriculum in a different grade compared to others. So we have made groups of curriculum. And you see a band on your, so that's your color. So you will be with the same color people when you are in the 11:45 to 12:45 session. And then we have lunch. So lunch is going to be, thanks to our Onam celebration team, we are going to be having lunch in a tent outside. It will be a little wet. Mother Nature wants us to take a little bit of a shower before we go for lunch, I guess. But we will walk in there, have lunch. We are most probably going to do it in 2 or 3 batches because it is the Onam team wants to serve the lunch in a banana leaf. So we'll have to do it in 2-3 batches. Okay, and somebody was telling me those who came late go to the last batch. Nothing like that. But that's what it is. After lunch, so we have some assignment or, we had asked all of you to think about 5 best practices, 5 new engagement ideas and 3 ideas to increase parent engagement. That's what we want you to discuss between 11:45 and 12:45. Once we come back from lunch, we want a 1.5 minute debrief from each team on what were your top 2 or 3 good ideas, or whatever. It could be good ideas for change. And then after that, we have a photo. We are going to do a group photo, probably here only. Normally we try to do it outside. Given the weather, we may not be able to do it outside. Then we will have Dr. Richa Agarwal. She is a Dharma ambassador. She is somewhere here. She is sitting right in the back. She is attending our session. She will be talking to us about presenting Hinduism in today's society. Followed by a tea break, and then we have a Q&A session with Swamiji and the Brahmacharans. And then closing. So that's what we have planned for the day. The 2 things that you should know: breakout room layout, or where you are going to meet. So the kindergarten to 7th grade teachers just stay back here. So you are going to be in the temple hall. I'm going to go close here. All the coordinators, as you head out, the first big room on the right, that is where the coordinators are going to be. This picture is posted around the ashram, so you can look at it as well. Then we have the Sishu Vihar team meeting in the last room. When you go straight and take a left, the last room, it's called Damodara. Language classes are meeting opposite that room, it's called Keshava. And then we have grade 8 and the high school meeting in the break room, which is where you had the breakfast. So this is what you're going to be doing from 11:05 to 11:45. At 11:45, we break again, and the Bhagavad Gita, people teaching Bhagavad Gita will be meeting here on the stage. The coordinators will be meeting near Lord Krishna. Symbolism for Hinduism, one group here, and India, the sacred land. So there are going to be 3 groups in the temple hall, 1 on the stage. Alphabet Safari will be behind our bookstore. There is an office room there. That's where you will be meeting. Hindu culture team will be meeting in Madhava, which is the first room on the right as you go out. Nandalala will have Bala Ramayan. We are not using these 2 rooms. The Onam team is using these 2 rooms as green rooms. Keys to success in Damodara. Language class is Keshava, so you don't move from there. We have a room called Krishna, so Krishna, Krishna everywhere. You'll be in that group. And then we will have 4 groups in the big break room. So Bala Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Hanuman and Shishu Vihar. So that's how we're going to be for breakout session 2. This picture is posted as well. If you don't find it, you just correlate the room and what session you are in. The color coding is the stripes that you have is what that is there, but somehow it has not come out very well, but I'm sure you guys can figure out. Okay, with that I'm going to invite Swamiji to talk to all of us. Give him.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Samasta jana kalyane niratam karunamayam namami chinmayam devam satgurum brahmavitvaram. So Ram told me to talk on Seva, love in action. Whenever we talk about Seva or think about Seva, we cannot but remember our Hanumanji. Hanumanji is the best example for Seva. And I remember a story from Ramayana that after Bhagavan conquered Ravana and returned to Ayodhya, Vasishtha Shri immediately wanted to coronate him because he was afraid if we delay, there will be some obstacles. So he was in a hurry to coronate him as a king, and immediately arrangements were made, and the coronation ceremony was successfully completed. And after completing the ceremony, Bhagavan was in the throne with Svitaji, and he got up and started thanking everyone. Started with Sugriva, and then Vibhishana, then Angada, then Jambavan, then Nala, Neela. All of them he congratulated. Not only that, thanked them profusely, and each one of them he gave some gift also in return. And all this, and Bharata also he thanked, Lakshmana also he thanked. And all this time, every time he thanked one person, and Bharata was thinking that now he will come to Hanumanji. Now he will come to Hanumanji. But Hanumanji's name was never mentioned. And our Bharata could not control his frustration. So he opened his that frustration and opened his mouth and said, Bhagavan, it is Hanumanji name you have not mentioned. And Bhagavan still kept quiet. And at that time, Hanumanji came up and said, what is there for Bhagavan to praise me? And my seva, whatever that I did, I consider an opportunity the Lord has given me. It was not my power or strength or ability. It was His name that kept me going. Gave me all the power to do whatever seva I could do. And in doing that seva itself, I was so happy and contented. And I am grateful to Bhagavan. Not that He should thank me. I am thankful to Bhagavan that He has given me this opportunity. Then after listening to Hanumanji, Bhagavan said, it's not that I did not recognize Hanumanji's seva, but I am so moved that I found no words to thank him. That was my problem. That is why I kept quiet. The service that he has given, because of him, everything happened. Whatever happened so far, that is all possible because of his seva. But at the same time, Hanumanji never expected even thanks from Bhagavan. That is the greatness of seva. And this attitude is what Bhagavan recognizes. What is that attitude? That your seva is directly connected to Bhagavan, not to an organization or to any sevak or any what do you call, committee or Chinmaya Mission Committee or Board of Directors or your coordinator. That should not be our thinking. Our thinking should be my seva. Every time we come to the class or Bala Vihara, you are looking at the children, they are all image of Bhagavan, and I am serving my Lord in this form. With this attitude you do, then every class will be a reward for you. That is the real satisfaction, and the child's response to that satisfaction, that is the real satisfaction. That is the real reward. That is the real thanks for you. So nothing else is more important. Again, Vidya Dhanam is considered the greatest Dhanam. And if you can give money, money can be spent in no time. But if you teach the child some values that he will carry throughout his life and will change his, completely transform him to a great person. So this is what I want to share with you. Thank you very much for coming in this the terrible weather. It was scary, but it's, thank God, Gurudev's grace is not that bad. So he has taken care of us. Hari Om.
So next we have Shubhani ji coming over. All of you know Shubhani ji. So give her a round of applause. And she is going to speak about sadhana for a Bala Vihara sevak or sevika.
Hari Om to Swamiji, to Akalka ji, to everybody here. And this session is really about the vision of a Bala Vihara teacher. And I think Swamiji already said it. So whatever, as Swamiji gave the sutra, And I'll just expound on what Swamiji said for us to reflect on it more and more. The main seva is our connection to Bhagavan, as Swamiji said. And the main thing is that we actually are moved because of Bhagavan. So sometimes we might feel like we need to be appreciated, recognized, honored, but really it's God moving us in every which way. Gurudev says to us to be firmly established in sadhana. So many people who study Vedanta think, oh, how long do I have to perform sadhana? I've studied Vedanta for 20 years, 25 years. But the question is, have we changed? It's like this spoon, the ladle in the pot of dal. It sits in the pot of dal, but not an ounce of dal goes into the spoon, isn't it? So it's like sometimes we're sitting amidst this knowledge, we're speaking it also, but not an ounce of it goes in. So the idea is to keep practicing it, as Gurudev says, until it becomes natural, until the very sadhana becomes the routine of our daily living. What is teaching for us, sharing this knowledge for us? What is being a coordinator, being a sevak, sevika, volunteer, even the ones who are working on the presentations, who are in technology, all of these things, what is this for us? Number one, it's a sacred opportunity. In the Bhagavad Gita, Gurudev writes in the commentary in chapter 3, verse 13, about the Pancha Mahayagnyas. He says that as a responsible citizen in society, we should be performing 5 different kinds of worship every day. Not only, once a month, once a year, but every day. And these kinds of yajnas we will see here. Nra yajna, service to other people around us. Bhuta yajna, service to beings. Deva yajna, service to Bhagavan. We have Rishi yajna, service to our entire Guru Parampara. And Pitra yajna, service to all of our ancestors. And when we think about all of these 5 yajnas, if to do them every day, we think might be really, really difficult. But the idea is, when we partake in something like Bala Vihara, we have an opportunity to perform all these 5 yajnas, all these 5 types of worship, in a Bala Vihara setting, or whenever we volunteer for anything. So the first thing I'm going to touch upon is Nra Yajna, a way to serve other people. Sometimes, and this doesn't mean our family members. So don't think Nra Yajna, I have taken care of my children today, I've taken care of my spouse, Nra Yajna, done. No. Nra Yajna is actually a service to other people whom we might not even know, or people whom we know. It has this ability of trying to look outside of our family, our home, our situation, and see what other people need out there. So every week when we have all these children and youth come in our class, the Nra Yajna is just loving them. The first step of sharing this knowledge is just love them. Just love them, because what they want, more than anything, what all of us want, is love. So just make them feel comfortable, make them feel safe, make them feel connected not only to each other and to us, but to our entire Guru Parampara. Give them that safety, that love, and that itself is Nra Yajna. The second is Bhuta Yajna. This is a yajna that we do to all of the beings around, like the animals, the plants, etc. So people would put kolam outside their homes, and people would feed the birds that would come to their windows. And so here in America, we're thinking, well, how do we do this Bhuta Yajna, right? Well, it's actually inculcating the feeling of reverence for Mother Earth. to our children, to our youth, but first to ourselves. That this earth is not a thing. A country is not a thing. A language is not a thing. That's why we say Mata. She's Bhumi Mata. So when we are in this earth, the way we treat this earth should be like the way we treat our mother. Are we handling her well? Are we consuming too much? Are we wasting too much? Are we harming the environment? Are we polluting it too much? When we bring this kind of reverence to ourselves, to our lives, and to our children and youth, that is Bhuta Yajna. Because although we're not tangibly feeding beings, we are inculcating love and reverence for earth so that we keep her safe and we keep her strong. So this is Bhuta Yajna. So one is Nra Yajna, next is Bhuta Yajna. Then this is an opportunity to serve Bhagavan, because this is an opportunity to practice Karma Yoga, right? In this path of enlightenment. And don't think that we're just coming together for Bala Vihara, we're teaching a class, we're doing technology, we're coordinating, that's all we're doing. We're all on a journey to enlightenment. That's why we're here. This is the purpose of life, and we should not get confused by anything else. We're all here for that, and that alone. But enlightenment is not just listening to scriptures. Enlightenment is actually being able to manifest that knowledge in our daily living. And we cannot do that unless we are prepared. And the greatest preparation is Karma Yoga. So when we come to Bala Vihara, it's a place to practice this simple method of being able to give whatever it is I can and let go of all these expectations. So I'm sending emails to my parents, but none of them reply. I don't even know if they're reading my email. I'm talking to the teens in my class, but they're all looking at you. I don't know if they're even remembering what I said. I don't know, all of this prep work that we're doing every week we're prepping so much. Are they really learning anything? Is anything going in their mind? The answer is anything going in our mind? Right? If we are learning, if we are growing, that is the greatest gift. Everything else is a bonus. And I guarantee you that those moments, there are some lessons that the teens and the children, they never forget. They'll not tell us. They won't say anything. They'll play it really cool in our class, like, oh, I'm too cool to be in this class. And I really did not want to be here, but my mom forced me to come to Bala Vihara. And you know, that kind of look, that kind of attitude. And yet, at the end of the year, when they stand up and they give their speeches, I'm like, what just happened to this teen? They say, I learned so much in my class. I learned this value from the Bhagavad Gita of selflessness, that I should think about others and not just myself. And I'm like, wow, something definitely went in. So if you have one of those days where you feel like nothing's going in, I don't know if anything's happening, hold your breath. Just wait. Something will happen. Something will spark. And those very same teens, they come back and teach. They come back and teach and they say, I want to teach Bala Vihara. I'm like, wow, I'm so excited. Whenever we get a chick or a youth who comes in, and then I said, okay, where are you from? Which center? I'm from this center. Okay, so you want to get involved in chick. Will you teach Bala Vihara? Yeah. I'm like, whoa, wow. It has touched them so much. They want to come back and teach. They want to come back and partake in it. And as I said, we won't know right away. Maybe take a few years, maybe take a long time, but it's there. So it's a method for us to practice the spirit of Karma Yoga, to dedicate something for the greater good and just see what happens. But the best part is we might not see the growth that's happening in everyone around us, but we'll see the growth that's happening inside of us. So this is our offering to Bhagavan. Next is our offering to our rishis, Rishi Yajna. Now this, I mean, if we think about all of our great saints and sages, here our entire Guru Parampara from Veda Vyasji, Adi Shankaracharya ji, Swami Tapovan Maharaj, Swami Shivananda ji, Puja Gurudev. We think of our entire Guru Parampara and everything that they did. They collated all of our scriptures, they wrote commentaries, they reflected on them, and they understood our scriptures. But when I read Gurudev's commentaries, it's like he's actually trying to come to our level, for our minds to understand and grasp these scriptures. Now, he didn't have to do all of this. He didn't have to say all of these wonderful stories and tell all of these jokes. He understands. He understands what Karma Yoga is. He understands what Bhakti Yoga is. But yet, he takes so much of an effort to come to our minds, to meet our minds. And so, as a gratitude to that, the best thing we can do is share this knowledge. Share it first with our own mind, right? Because when we teach, we reflect twice. Once in our mind and then again once outside. So when our great rishis did all of this, and they continue to do all of this, it's our dharma to share it, to make it known, and to practice it, and to live it. So in Bala Vihara, being in these settings, we are also practicing this Rishi Yajna. We are also conducting this worship of a Rishi Yajna. Then, this is Pitra Yajna. Last one is Pitra Yajna. Pitra Yajna is a yajna to our ancestors. I think it's blocked a little bit there, but there's this wonderful verse in Narada Bhakti Sutra. It says, Modante pitaro nrityanti devataha sanatha chayam bhur bhavati. So what happens when one gets enlightened? When one has realized the self, the ancestors rejoice, and the gods dance with joy, and the earth finds a savior. I don't know if you remember, but on a quest, after Gurudev meets Swami Shivananda ji, and he's about to come to the plains, and he walks and walks and walks down the steps, and his head is looking down, and then when he looks up, the music becomes really loud, and it says this line, Modante Pitaro. You'll see it on a quest. But that's exactly what happens. When one person realizes this truth, when one person gets enlightened, the whole world rejoices. All of our ancestors are fulfilled. And so this actually is one of the greatest ways to complete this Pitra Yajna. So when we think about Bala Vihara, we think about volunteering in Chinmaya Mission, being part of Chinmaya Mission. What is it? It's a privilege. It's an honor. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to give back, to offer gratitude, and to worship. Whether we're worshipping Nra, we're worshipping all the other beings, we're worshipping Bhuta, we're worshipping Mother Earth or animals, we're worshipping God, we're worshipping our great rishis, or we're worshipping our ancestors. It's a way to fully live life in true worship. And the best part is, when we do this, we get cleansed. We become purified. We become ready to receive and abide in the greatest knowledge that can set us free. This is what it means to be a Bala Vihara teacher. So don't think it's like just some small thing. that I come. I offer this seva, and a couple of hours a week, and this is what I do. It's much bigger than that. I'll conclude with 2 verses from the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan Krishna says, Ya idam paramam guhyam mad bhakte shwabidhasyati bhaktim mahi param kritva mame vaishyatya samshayaha. Bhagavan Krishna says, the one with supreme devotion to me, who teaches the supreme secret. It's really a secret because of like that. But it's okay, I don't need it anymore. So that supreme secret, shall mam eva eshasi asnatra samshayaha, means there's no doubt regarding this. So one will come to Bhagavan. Now some might say, but I'm not teaching Bhagavad Gita. I'm teaching Bala Ramayana, I'm teaching Bala Bhagavatam, alphabet safari, symbolism in Hinduism. The point is, the essence of the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, or the Bhagavad Gita contains the essence of the Upanishads, right? And all of these scriptures are just dramatizing that. What is Bala Ramayana doing? It's dramatizing what the Upanishads are. What is Bala Bhagavatam doing? The exact same thing. So no matter what curriculum we are teaching the essence of Vedanta. Whether it's through a story, whether it's through something like symbolisms or India, my sacred land, the lives of saints and sages, whatever it is, we are teaching that same essence. And Bhagavan Krishna says that person will doubtlessly come to me. And Bhagavan also says, that person is dearest to me. And there's no doubt about this. So that's what I wanted to sort of leave everyone with today. That this is what it means to be a sevak, sevika in Chinmaya Mission. It's a big thing. It's a great opportunity, great honor, great privilege. It's a great blessing. Hari Om.
Thank you, Shivani ji. So now we are going to do the breakout. My laptop's not cooperating with me, but I'll just quickly try to find. So we are going to do the breakout. The first breakout we'll be breaking out into 6 groups. So if you remember, grade 1, KG to 7 will be here. KG to 7 will be, thank you. I'm just trying to find the map. So, the coordinators, just get this sheet. Coordinators will be in that first room, Madhava. Then all the grade 8 and Jechik to the break room where we had breakfast. Then the last room, if you go all the way and to the left, the last room on the right is language. Last room on the left is Shishu Vihar. So that's how we are, and this map is there. So if you need to take a look at it, look for breakout number 1. So I'll just quickly read out again, and I think I'm going to do it the way we do our Bala Vihara classes here. So grade 8 and high school teachers, if you can get up. So all these people can go to the break room. Thank you, sir. So this session will be moderated by Shubhani ji, so please follow. So the break room is where we had breakfast. Next, we'll have all the language teachers. And they will all go to Keshava. Maniji will be leading that group. Please follow Maniji. I think you'll have to bring it. It just crashed. Then we have the Shishu Vihar group. Please follow Sirisha and Sanjay, all Shishu Vihar teachers. And you are going to be in Damodara. And then all the coordinators. We're going to be in the first room, which is Madhava. Go straight and right. And everyone else remains here. Huh? Oh yes, my bad. The adult study groups, sorry. All the adult study groups. You're going to be in the meditation room there. So if you can follow Rajanji. Rajanji is in the blue. Yeah, we're going to be in that meditation room. So everyone else is here. You will be led by Akalka ji. She's just gone to bring her laptop. I just need to fix mine in the meanwhile. Okay, so we will meet you all. After this, you head to your respective rooms for breakout number 2. I'll anyway come around and let you know what we need to do. Okay? So, Akalka ji will be joining you guys momentarily.
Hari Om. Welcome to everyone. We'll just start with a short prayer. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hari Om. Welcome to all our teachers. So can I just see who is teaching kindergarten? How many kindergarten? First grade? Second? Third? Fourth? Fifth? Sixth? Seventh? Okay. Oh, good. We have a good even spread. I think few more of our younger teachers. So I want to first say that this is something I mentioned even last year. You all have the best job in Bala Vihar because those kids are just the sweetest at this age, you know. And they are so full of love, lot of enthusiasm, lot of questions. And the best part is we don't have to do too much. We just have to encourage them, really. All we have to do is preserve what is there in them so that it benefits them for whole life. So many beautiful thoughts were shared by Pujya Swamiji and Shubhaniji. Please don't forget them. They are really the most important part of all of this, is to enjoy what we do. And one thing that we were told as students is that we really can't teach anyone anything. We are all part of that Supreme. Therefore, everything, all infinite wisdom, power, capability that is there in the Supreme is in us also, and in our children. All we have to do is help them bring it out from themselves. And in that process, we bring out the best in ourselves. It's really beautiful. So, now, seeing this, oh, you're seeing